Hi everyone. In this video series, we will develop the Power BI dashboard for VG Sales from scratch. VG Sales is a fictional company that sells video games, and they have branches in different regions. We are going to create dashboard for VG Sales so they can see their reports in a better way and very quickly. Dashboard automates the step we apply, so it will also make the reports automated. It won't require someone to prepare the reports every week or a month. This is the dashboard design that we are going to create. On top, it shows the overall sales and sales by region. Then after that, it shows the sales by year. This chart helps to understand if there are sales going up or going down as compared to the previous years. The next chart shows the sales by genre. This helps to understand which genre has the most sales so the company can buy more stock for that genre to increase their sales. After that, most selling games by platform or consoles and the sales by publishers. This helps to understand the most selling games for a specific publisher. Then in the second page, it shows the top selling games by popular genres, and then console or the platform by year. Then in the bottom, it shows the most selling game of all the time and top selling games of current decade. There is only one filter on both pages, which is console or a platform. Selecting the console will filter the entire page data for that console only. First, we will try to understand what is the data that we have and how can we use that data to prepare the charts we need in the dashboard. Then we load the data into query data and transform it there. Transform means changing the data types, adding new columns, and even changing the data format if required. Once the data is ready, we load it into the data model and develop the reports there. After a report is developed, we can publish it to Power BI service where we can share it with other users. For now, data is shared in the Excel file. We can develop the dashboard using this file and later on we can migrate the dashboard to a database or a cloud storage. VG sales data is very simple with just few dimensions and sales volumes only. It will be very easy for us to develop the dashboard. Name column here is the name of the games that VG Sales is selling. Platform is the console in which that game will play. Console are the devices that are used to run the game. Then we have the year column and the genre column. After that, we have the sales by region, and at the end, global sales, which is the sum of all the sales region. This is the first screen that appears when you open Power BI desktop. I can click the get data from here, or I can close this page and click the get data from the tools ribbon. Let's click the get data from here. Now it's asking me what is the file extension that I want to connect to. I have a CSV file, so I'm selecting Excel here. I need to select the file, selecting the CSV file. VG Sales is our file. Now it will take some time to connect to the file and load the data into the query editor. Now it's asking me if I want to load the data or transform it. A load data will connect to the file and load the content from the file to the data model, and transform data will open the file in query editor. I want to do some changes to data, that's why I'm clicking on transform data. Now the data has been loaded to query editor. On top left of each column you will see ABC here, or you will see 1.2 here. ABC means that column has string values and 1.2 mean that that column has decimal values. So now we know what is the data we have, and we have also loaded the data into query editor. Green line on top of each column indicates that data has no missing value or error, but we still need to make sure that all the values are correct in all the columns. Let's check the values in the columns now. In the name column, always make sure that you are pressing the load more button here, because if you don't press the load more button, it will show you the values from the first 1000 rows only. But if you press load more, it will show you the values from the entire data set. There are more than 1000 rows for the name column, that's why I'm just ignoring this for now. Platform names, press load more. It seems fine because it has only few values here. Now the year column. Load more. Years are starting from 1980 and we have the years until 2020. There is a value NA here, which is a mistake here because We cannot keep the NA value in year column because we want to convert it into the whole number. So when we use this column in the charts, it will be sorted properly. So I uncheck the NA column and pressing OK. Now the NA value from the year column has been filtered out. Now genre. There are only few genres here and all the values are correct. Okay. Now the publishers. There are so many publishers here. I need to scroll down to make sure all the values are correct. Everything seems fine. Okay, everything looks good. Cancel. If I scroll to the right side, I can see the sales by region and the global sales. If you have noticed, global sale is the sum of all the sales region. In some charts, we want to show the sales by global sales, but other charts, we want to show the sales by region. But there is one issue here. Our dashboard should be capable of providing a filter by the region name. So if I select the North America in that filter, entire dashboard should be filtered to show me the data for North America only. And that is possible by unpivoting the region columns. So I'm selecting all the region columns. From the transform, selecting the unpivot columns option. Now I can see all the regions here in the attribute column and the value for all the sales for the regions in the value column. Now this value is equal to the global sales, so I don't need this global sales column anymore. I can rename this from attribute to region and from value to sales. And there is one more issue. I don't want to see underscore sales here in the region column. I can select the replace value function here. I want to replace underscore sales to nothing. I want to make it blank. Pressing OK. Now you can see underscore sales is removed from the region column. We have finalized our transformation steps and we can use this data to visualize in the charts that we have seen in the dashboard design. Before loading the data into data model, I'll save the project. So in case if something wrong happens, we will not lose everything. For saving, I can go to File, click on the Save button here, Apply Later. Here I can give it a name as VG Sales Dashboard and save. Now you can see the name has been changed from Untitled to VG Sales Dashboard. Now I can click Close and Apply. Now you can see it has started loading the data from query data into the data model. Now the data has been loaded into data model. We can see the VG sales table here. As per the design, we need to create 5 boxes here to show the global sales and the sales by region. For that, we can go to visualization pane and click on the card visual here. Then we can drag the sales column from the VG sales table into the fields area. So this card is showing me total sale for all the region is $8,820, which is completely wrong. If I click on the transform data, the sale in the first row for North America region is 41.49. This is not $41.49, this is $41.49 million here. Power BI doesn't know that, but we know because our data has the rows in millions. So we need to convert all the values in the sales column into millions. There are two ways to do that. One is in query editor and second is in data model. In the query editor, we can select the sales column, then we can go to the transform tab, and from the standard tools, we can select multiply and type 1 million here. If I press OK, all the values are converted into the millions now. In the second way, instead of applying the transformation here in query editor, we can leave it like that and we can create a measure in the data model. We can click the new measure. Here is the formula to write the measure here. We can give it a name, which is sales calculation is equal to sum of sales multiplied by 1 million. Then instead of using the sales here, we can use sales calculation here. Now you can see we have the values instead of 1000, we have the values in the billions because every single row has a values in millions and when we sum up everything, it becomes billion. Let's work on the formatting now. Reducing the size from the formatting pane. I don't want the title in the bottom. I want it to be on the top. That's why I'm removing the category label. Adding the title. It should be total sales. Okay, now I can see the title on top. I want it to be in the center. Perfect. Changing the text size to 16. Reducing the data label to 25. No, it's smaller. 30 will be perfect. Okay, 30 is perfect. It's completely fine now. Adding the border as well. Now I want 4 more cards on the screen to show the sales by region. This is total sales only. I don't think 4 more cards of the same size will fit the screen, so that's why I'm reducing the size, making 4 copies of this card. Okay, I have 4 more cards. Perfect. This one, changing the title to North America, Japan. Now we can see all the cards are showing the values in billions, which is for the global sales. I want to filter out the value for North America for the first card only. What I can do here from the VG sales table, I can drag the region column to the filters pane, and then I can select the North America here. Now you can see the value has been changed from 8.82 billion to 4.33 billion, and I can repeat the same for other regions as well. Region, filter pane, selecting Japan. Now you can see the total sales and the sales for each region on the screen. Next step is to show the sales by year. I'm choosing the line chart for that, dragging the sales calculation into values and year in access area. There is a problem in this chart. You can see the years are not sorted properly because year column is considered as string here. Fix that, we need to change the data type of year column from string to whole number. That I can do from the query data. From the query data, I'm changing the data type of year column to whole numbers. Perfect, close and apply. It's applying the changes. Now you can see it has sorted properly. It's starting from 1980 and ending at 2020. Next, we need to show the sales by region and genre. For sales by region, I'm choosing pie chart. Some people, they don't recommend pie chart at all, but I like pie chart, that's why I'm using it. If you don't like pie chart, you can use any other chart. Selecting pie chart, sales calculation in values, and region in legend. Perfect, it's showing the sales by region. For sales by genre, I'm using bar chart for this. Sales calculation in values and genre in the axis. Okay, perfect. We have both charts now. I want to create 2 more charts to show the sales by publishers and platform. I don't have enough space for these 2 charts. That's why I'm reducing the size of some charts and shifting everything up so I can make the space for these 2 charts. Changing a height to 72. Shifting them up. Same, shifting all other charts up. I have space here. Okay, perfect. I have space for these 2 charts now. For platform and publishers, I'm using cluster bar chart. Selecting sales calculation in values and platform in access. Okay, this is exactly the way I want it. Making 1 more copy so I can use the same chart for the publisher. Okay, perfect. Now we have all the charts that we want on this page. First, we will change the theme because I don't like the color palette provided as a default theme in Power BI. And we will change the background color for the report and the visuals. And after that, we will change the properties of the charts to make it similar to the design that we have seen at the beginning of this series. So let's start now. To select the theme, I can go to the View tab and I can select the theme from here. So these are the different themes available in Power BI. The theme that I like is called High Rise because I like the color combination here. You can choose any other theme. To select the theme, I can just click on that and theme will be selected. So now you can see the color combination has been changed for all the charts. These are the colors that we received from the VG sales. First one is for the report background and second is for the visual background. Let's apply these colors now. I'm copying the background color for the report. To change the background color for the report, I need to click on the empty area on the report, and from the format pane within page background and this color function, I can click on the custom color and paste the hex code here. But nothing has changed because transparency is set to 100%. I need to change it to 0% to see the effect, and color has changed. To change the color for the visuals, I'm copying the hex code and selecting all the cards on the top from the format pane within background from color option, custom color, and pasting the hex code here. Now you can see the background is changed, but the labels and the titles are not proper now. So from the data label, I am changing the color to the light gray, applying the same color to the title as well. Now it's perfect. It has the proper background color and the title. So maybe you have noticed the report background color is dark and the visual background color is light. We also need to change the width and height for these cards, so we will have enough space on the left side for the logo and the slicer and enough space for the spacing between the visuals. Cards are already selected. To change the width, I can go to the format pane. From the general, I can change the width to 200 and height to 48. Now the labels and the titles are not fitting properly. So I'm changing the data label to 17 from 30 and title to 11. These cards are perfect now, and now I need to align them to the right side. And for proper aligning, I'm using Snap to Grid. So for some weird reason, Snap to Grid doesn't work properly on all the views on Power BI. So for that, I'm going to the View ribbon. From Page View, I'm selecting Fit to Width. And now I can align them one by one. Fine. First one, Japan, North America, and total sales. Okay, perfect. These are aligned properly now. And we have enough space on the left side for the logo and the slicer. And we have free space here that we can use for the spacing between the visuals. And now the line chart. I'm reducing the width for the line chart and making it similar to the cards. And now we need to change the background for this line chart. There is one thing to note: when we changed the background color before, these colors were saved in the color palette. We don't need to copy the hex code again and again. So now I can go to the format pane. From the background color, I can select this color and the background color is changed. I don't need the title for this. In the y-axis, I want to change the color to light gray, and then I don't need the grid lines here, and I don't need y title, and I also don't need the x title. Changing the x-axis color to gray, and I don't need the x title here. And now this chart is ready. I'm going to align the other charts as well. So for the genre chart, I want to reduce the width for this chart. It's fine. Region chart, I want to increase the width a little bit. Perfect. Okay, cool. I need to reduce the width for both of them. Okay, so all the charts are aligned properly. I can click on this line chart, click on the format painter and select the genre chart. Click format painter again, region chart, format painter again, platform chart, format painter again, and the publish chart. Now for the publisher and the platform chart, I need to go to the format pane, and from the x-axis, I can remove the title and change the color to gray. I don't need the x-axis for these two charts. I'm removing x-axis from here. For this genre chart, I don't need y-axis. I'm removing it. And for this region chart, I want the legend to be in gray color. And also the details, I want it to be in gray color. We don't have the space for the title here. That's why I'm going to reduce the size for the charts. For this line chart, I can go to general, change the space to 180. Same way I can change the space for the region chart. 180. For genre chart, 180. And I can select same kind of chart and change the width together. And now we have the space for the title. I can insert a text box here. Sales by region. Reducing the size for this. It should be on top of region. Nice. I need to remove the background. Change the color to white. Okay, it's perfect. Making 3 more copies of this text box for other charts. This one is sales by genre. This one is most selling platform. And the last one is most selling publisher. Before adding the logo, we need to add a frame. And for that, I'm going to insert ribbon. From the shape, selecting oval shape. Now I can resize it to look like a circle. Now I'm changing the fill to the dark gray color. And also the line to dark gray color. Okay, aligning this to the top of the page and adding the picture from this image button. This is the image which was provided to us by VG Sales, so I can just double click on this to add this to the report. Now bringing the picture on top of the frame and resizing it. Okay, it looks perfect now. Okay, so we have added the logo to the report. It's time to add the slicer. To add the slicer from the visualization pane, I can select the slicer visual, and from the VG Sales table, I can drag the platform column to the field area. And now you can see all the platforms in the slicer. But this is not the way I want to do. I want to make it a little bit fancy. So instead of the platform names, I will show the platform pictures. So people can select the platform picture and entire report will be filtered for that platform. This Power BI built-in slicer doesn't support the images. So to add the images to the slicer, we need a custom slicer called Chiclet Slicer. To add a custom slicer, I can go to visualization pane and click the 3 dots menu here and select get more visuals. And from the search bar, I can type Chiclet here and press enter. And this is the Chiclet slicer that I want to use in my report, and I can press add button. Now this slicer has been added to my report and I can use it. To use this slicer, I need to select the slicer that I want to change, which is already selected. So I can just click on the Chiclet slicer and this slicer will be replaced with Chiclet slicer. And in Chiclet slicer properties, we have image option here. But I have a big problem here because if I go to data tab, I cannot see any image here. So how can I show the images in the slicer? So the solution to add the images into the slicer is to get the unique names from this platform column and copy these into an Excel sheet, and then copy the platform name one by one and search in Google Images and get the image URL that you want to show in the slicer for a specific platform, and copy that into the Excel sheet next to the platform name. If you follow these steps for all the platforms one by one, then at the end you will have platform names in one column and platform image URLs in the second column. Then you can load that file back into Power BI and you can create a relation between VG Sales and that new column based on the platform name. To get the unique name for the platforms, I can go to the Home ribbon and click on the Transform tab, and it will open the query editor. Then I can right click on the VG Sales and click Reference, and this will create a duplicate of this file. And this will show me the same data as VG Sales. I can right click on the platform column and click on the remove other columns. So this will remove all other columns other than platform. Then from the remove rows, I can click on remove duplicates. And this will remove all duplicate platform values and we will have unique values at the end. So we have 31 unique platform names. I can right click on the platform column name and click copy. And then I can create a new Excel sheet and paste all the names there. And now we have all the names in the Excel sheet. Now I can copy the first name, paste it in Google Images, and then I can look for the picture that I want. Let's say if I want this picture, I can go to image, right click on that and click copy image address. And then I can go back to the same Excel sheet and paste it in the next column. And then I can give it a name URL. I have already prepared the list for you. You can find the link in the description. Now I'm going to save this file from the file menu. I can click on the save button. I want to save it in the same folder as VG Sales, so I can just click on that and give it a name here. I'm going to give it a name called console mapping. And I want it to be comma delimited CSV. Okay, perfect. I can save it now. It's saved. Now back to Power BI again. We created this duplicate query just to get the unique name of the platforms. We don't need this query anymore, so I can just delete this query. Okay, this is deleted now. From the new source, I can click on the Excel sheet, all files, and I can select the console mapping file we have just created. Okay, fine. Data is loaded now, but platform and URL is the first row. It's not considered as header. So we can select this feature, use first row as header, and platform and URL is header now. And we can click and close and apply now. So this query will be loaded to data model. I can see console mapping is loaded to data model. Now I can go to the relationship view to create a relation between VG sales and console mapping. Relation is already created by Power BI. Now I can go to data model, select console mapping table, and for URL column, I want to change the category because this is not the normal string column. This column contains the image URLs. So from the data category, I can select image URL. So Power BI now know that this column is not only the string column, it contains image URL. So if we use this column in any of the visualization, it will be considered as image column. Now I can go to the report view, select the slicer, and from console mapping, drag the URL to image area. Now you can see images in the slicer. Changing the width and height of slicer. Okay, this is fine. Now going to the slicer properties, I don't want to show the values in 3 columns. I want it to be one value in one column. So I can change the columns property to 1. Okay, perfect. Now the values are in one column. And now I want to change the color of this slicer. Color, I'm selecting dark gray here. Okay, fine. And now I want to change the properties for each item here. Each item in the chiclet slicer is called chiclet. So from the chiclet property, I want to change the selected color to black. Fine. Unselected color to dark gray. Now you can see the colors for each chiclet is changed. This looks very nice now. I'm changing the text color to white. Looks very nice. I don't need the title here, so I'm removing the header from here. Okay, perfect. Now this dashboard looks very nice. I can select any value from the chiclet slicer. So if I select 2600 console, and now you can see entire report is filtered for 2600 console. So in this video, we added the logo. We created a custom mapping file to bring the image URLs from the internet and map it to the platform name. And then we added a custom visual, which is chiclet slicer, to show the images with each slicer item. Before starting the creation of the second page, there is one thing that I would like to fix on this page that I believe most of the people won't like here, which is the color of the scroll bar for the slicer. For now, there is no way to change the color of this scroll bar, but there is a hack for this. We can hide this scroll bar. To hide the scroll bar, first thing that I want to do is to select the slicer and remove the background. Second thing that I want to do is from the insert ribbon, I want to create a rectangle shape. Rectangle is created. Now I want to hide the scroll bar area. Then from the format shape pane, I want to remove the fill, and I want to set the background of this shape as the page background color. Okay, which is a dark gray color. I selected it similar. Then from the line option, I'm setting the transparency to 100%. Now if I click on the empty area of the report, I can see some area of the chiclet slicer is disappeared because shape is on top of that. So I want to align the shape properly. I'm selecting the shape. From the general options, I'm selecting the X position to 180. It's moved to the right side, but still some of the area is on top of the chiclet. Let's change it to 184. Now if I click on the empty area on the report, now it's appearing properly. So now if you see, the chiclet slicer is looking much better than before. I'm calling this page overview. Now I'm creating the duplicate of this page because logo, slicer and layout will remain same, but we will change some charts here. Calling this page detailed analysis. On this page, I don't need sales by genre and sales by region, so I'm selecting both of the charts and deleting these. And bringing this sales by year chart down. I'm not deleting these charts because I'll modify these charts later on to show different analysis. In the empty area here, I want to show the most selling games for 4 most important genres. To show the list of the games, I'm choosing the table visualization. This is a table. From the VG sales table, I'm selecting the name column and dragging it to values area. Now in this table, you can see the list of all the games. But I don't want to show all the games. I want to filter it down to show me the top 10 games for action genre. So I'm dragging the genre to the filters area, selecting action, and it's showing the action games now. So I want to show only the top 10 games. So I want to apply a filter on the game names. From the filter tab, I'm selecting top N and I want to show top 10 only based on the sales. So dragging the sales to the by value area. Now I can click on the apply filter. And now this table is showing only the top 10 action games. To change the look and feel of this table, I'm going to the formatting pane. First thing, I don't want to use any Power BI built-in style. So from the style option, I'm selecting none. Okay, this style is removed from the grid options. I don't want to use horizontal or vertical grid. Unchecking that, and I want the row padding to be 5. Okay, this is fine. I want to change the background color of this table to light gray like other charts. From colors, light gray. Okay, this is perfect. Now from the values, I want to set the font color to white. Alternative font color to also to white. And background color to light gray, and alternative background color to dark gray. Okay, if I increase the size, okay, amazing. I also want to add the border. I want it to be light gray because I don't want any border. I just want to use the border radius. Okay, this looks amazing now. Last thing that I want to do with this table is to hide the header and add the title. To hide the header, I can give it the same color as the background. So from the formatting pane, I can go to the column headers and font color, I'm setting it to light gray. And I don't want the line there, so I'm setting outline to none. Okay, header has been removed. And to add the title, I'm adding text box. Giving it a name, top action games. Changing the text color to white. And I don't want to have background for this text box. Okay, perfect. Now I can drag this, resize it, and I want to increase the size to 12. Okay, this is perfect now. I don't have enough space for all the charts on the page, that's why I'm going to change the height of this page. From the formatting pane, page size, I want to set a custom height and I'm changing it to 1000. Okay, now I can select these visuals and drag these down. I'll do the modifications with these charts later. First, I'll make 3 more copies of this table to show the top games for 3 more genres. Copying these, pasting, 2, 3, okay, 3 more copies. To save the time, I have aligned these properly myself. And I can select the table one by one and change the genre from the filter. So this is action now, I'm changing it to adventure. And I also need to change the title from action to adventure. Okay, amazing, this is fine. I have also applied the changes to the shooting and the sports game. Now it's time to work on this line chart. I still want to see the sales by years, but I don't want to see one overall line. I want to see the split between the platforms. So what I can do from the VG sales table, I can drag this platform table to the legend area. And now I can see the split between the platform, but I don't want to see all the platforms here because there are so many lines and this analysis will be useless here. So I want to see the top 10 platforms only. So from the filters pane, I can select the platforms, and here I want to select top and filter, and I'm typing 10 here because I want to see 10 platforms only, and dragging the sales column to by value and clicking on apply filter. And now it's showing me top 10 platforms only. And from the format pane, I can change the legend color to white. And now I'm increasing the height of this line chart and copying the title and dragging it for this line chart. Platform sales by year. Cool. And now I'm gonna adjust the height of the slicer and these two charts. Selecting the slicer and increasing the height. I also need to increase the height for this shape. Okay, this is fine now. I can align these titles properly. Okay, increasing the size of these bar charts. Okay, perfect. The chart on the left side should show the best selling games of all the times. And the chart on the right side should show best selling games of the current decade. Okay, perfect. Now I'm selecting the first chart and the fields area. I'm removing the platform from the axis and selecting the name here. And now you can see the top selling games of all the times. I'm applying the same step to the best selling games for current decade. Removing publisher, adding name here. And now this chart is showing top selling games of all the times. To filter this chart to show the games for the current decade only, I'm dragging the year column to the filter pane. And from the advanced filtering, I'm selecting is greater than or equal to and typing 2010 there and clicking on apply filter. And now this chart is gonna show me the games for the current decade only. Game names on both these charts are not showing properly, so I can select both of them. I can select both of them. From the formatting pane, I can go to the y-axis and I can increase the maximum size. And now the game names are showing properly. Both of the dashboard pages are ready now.